Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to have you guys here today. We are going to talk about 5 free ways that you can glow up mentally and physically. As with all glow up tips, it is super important that you continue to do these tips consistently and building a habit out of them. Some of them you probably will wake up tomorrow feeling a little bit better, but the more that you do it and the more consistent that you stay with it, you will start to see real results mentally and physically as well. So let's get into these 5 free tips. Okay, so the first tip, and what I consider to be the most important tip of all of them, is to fix your sleep schedule and to get enough sleep. Sleep is so important for us as human beings, and when you're not getting enough of it or not having a consistent schedule, it really affects your physical health and your mental health. You know, you're obviously tired, you start to get bags under your eyes, you are groggy, brain fog, you can't really think, it ruins your creativity, your neurons aren't firing the same way, and then physically, you know, bloating, sluggish, less motivation to work out because all you want to do is go home and sleep or take a nap or something like that. So really focus on trying to get some sleep. I know it's really hard. A lot of us have really busy schedules, kids, things like that, but if you can try to just figure out a realistic bedtime, even if it's like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., you know, try to go to bed when your kids go to bed if you have kids, or just things like that. I think that sleep is the most number one important thing that anyone can do to help glow up in every way possible. I think if you fix your sleep schedule, everything is so much easier. Everything comes more naturally. You feel better. You feel more energized. Just everything. So definitely the number one tip. Also, whenever it comes to like bed routine, I think a lot of us, and I've definitely am guilty of this, where some days where I'm just so exhausted that I don't really care about my skincare. I don't really care about brushing my teeth all that much. I brushed it this morning, blah blah. Like, I don't really care about all that stuff. All I really want to do is to just lay in my bed, scroll on my phone until I get tired and fall asleep. And then the next morning I wake up, I have a headache, I'm exhausted. I feel like I didn't get any sleep. I might as well have just stayed up all night because I feel like, you know, my body hurts, my brain hurts, I don't want to go to work. It's awful. And I don't know why I kept doing that to myself. So I think definitely trying to figure out like a 20 to 30 minute bedtime routine. Get off of your phone. I know it's hard, but definitely just lock it, put it away, put it on the charger, set your alarm, get rid of it. Brush your teeth, floss, do all of your skincare, even if it's only like 2 or 3 steps. Make sure you're doing that. You feel like so fresh whenever you go to bed. And then this isn't necessarily free, but it does help me, is getting cute pajama sets. I got a bunch of cute pajama sets for Christmas this year, and putting those on whenever I go to bed just makes me feel so luxurious. I feel like I'm romanticizing my bedtime routine and going to bed. I feel very cute. I know like TJ Maxx and Marshalls, they can have really cheap ones. I'm sure Five Below has really cheap ones as well. I'm not sure how much they are on Amazon. I think maybe under $25, but I definitely think that having a cute pajama set helps you want to do a nighttime routine. You feel very put together, you put it on, put your phone away, and you just get ready for bed. So definitely my number one tip is to really focus on your sleep. If you don't do any of these other tips, you should at least try to get a consistent sleep schedule. The next tip that I have for you is to drink more water. And I know that everyone and their mothers tells you to drink more water, but it really does help. Whenever you're not drinking any water, along with that sleep, especially if it's like double whammy, like you're not getting any sleep and you're not drinking any water, no wonder you don't feel like doing anything. You don't, oh, hello. Sorry, my cat just ran across the screen. You don't feel like exercising because you're exhausted. You are not eating very well. Like, whenever you're not being hydrated, you're gonna want to snack more. You're gonna get, you know, cravings. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm so hungry, let me snack on some pretzels and some chips, even though you haven't had water in 24 hours and really you are just dehydrated. So that causes you to gain weight. Your skin, just like with sleep, ends up looking dull and lifeless, dry. Like, all your skincare comes from the inside out. So whenever you're like looking at your skin in the morning, you're like, you know, it's so dry, I have all these fine lines, I have all these pores and everything. It's probably your diet, and it's probably you're not drinking any water, or you're not drinking enough water. Like, you should be drinking, I think it's like half your body weight in ounces, which I know sounds like a lot, but get yourself one singular water bottle. You can get it from the dollar store, you can get it from Five Below, you can get them cheap. I have had one Stanley that my boyfriend got me 2 years ago for Christmas. I use it every single day. I make sure the very first thing I do is grab my Stanley in the morning. I fill it up before I even leave for work so that I'm already drinking it in the car. I drink it before you have your coffee. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach is such a bad idea. It raises your cortisol levels. It just, you get like shaky, at least I do, like all that anxiety from that caffeine. Like drinking a whole thing of water first thing in the morning helps your digestion start to go, helps you feel less bloated, helps you feel less hungry throughout the day. So definitely start drinking more water. It helps you in your workouts. It helps you just in so many different ways. It helps you feel better, helps you mentally. So definitely start drinking water. And then if you're not really like a water fan, I know a lot of people like their excuses like I don't like the taste of water. Get a Brita. It helps clean it. Like obviously no one's gonna like sink water. Brita helps. It's like 20 bucks from Kroger. Or get some lemons. You can get lemons, they last you a very long time. Or you can get I used to use it like in college when me and my friends used to go out. We would get like vodka waters. It would be like those squirt flavorings, like just 2 squirts of that and your water tastes like cherries or strawberries and you're more likely to drink it. So anything that you can do to start drinking more water throughout the day. I know like everything that I'm saying, like you can purchase this stuff through Dollar Tree, so you can drink water for free, or if you did want to spend a little bit of money, Dollar Tree definitely has everything that you're looking for to make your life a little bit easier whenever it comes to stuff like that. And then another tip that I have is to clean your water bottle every single day. I know it sounds obvious, but a lot of people don't do that. I'm guilty of that as well, where I'm like, oh, it's just water in there. Like it's not juice, it's not coffee, it's not anything. Like it's literally just water. But my dad used to not clean his every single day, and it ended up putting him in the hospital for a few days because of like bacteria growing in there that he had no idea about. He's fine, but like it can put you in the hospital. So whenever you get home, get ready for bed, and your bedtime routine, wash your water bottle, put it off to the side, and when you wake up in the morning, fill up your water very first thing you do and start drinking it on your way to work or while you're getting ready, and just have it right beside you and just take some sips throughout the day. You will feel a lot better mentally and physically. Okay, my third tip is to walk. I love walking. I think that it is such an underrated exercise. I think a lot of people think it's not really going to do anything for you in terms of weight loss or physically, but it really does. I think it's better than running. I hate running. I will never run for the rest of my life, but I'm a walking queen, especially during the summertime. It is free to go outside and walk. I would say if you don't really live in a neighborhood where you can walk, try to find a park that's nearby. Go with your friends if that makes you feel better. Maybe join a walking club. I know a lot of groups on Facebook, like they actually have girls that join walking clubs. That way you're not walking alone and you can make some friends while you're doing it as well. I think walking is so essential to your mental and physical health, especially if you're like me who works a job where I'm literally sitting down for 8 hours a day. When you're sitting down at work for 8 hours a day and then you're coming home and you're sitting down or you're laying down, you're gonna feel like crap, like just because you're not moving your body. We are made for movement. We used to be hunters and gatherers. We're not meant to just literally lay down all day long. While it might feel good to do it maybe once a week, I won't lie, Sundays is very nice to lay down. You shouldn't be doing that every day. I do recommend trying to get 10,000 steps a day, and I know that sounds like a lot. When I first started doing it, it would take me a while. Like it would take me like 2 or 3 hours, I'm not gonna lie. I literally had to start like power walking. I'm short, I'm only 5'1". My strides were not very big. But you do get used to walking. As you do it more, you kind of get into that routine. So even if you can't start with 20,000 steps, start with 30 minutes a day. Start just being like, you know what? I am going to park my car a little bit further at the grocery store so that I have to walk. I am going to get up once, every hour at work and walk around my job, walk around my building. Just things like that. Tell your coworkers, maybe they'll want to walk with you. Like get up, stretch, walk around, walk after you eat lunch every day. It helps so much with your digestion. It really helps get things moving. Okay, fourth tip is to declutter your home, your car, any environment space that you are in, maybe your work desk as well. I know for me, like I got a lot of sticky notes going on. I got a lot of papers that pile up. So it's really nice to just take the time and start to declutter your environment. For me, it makes my brain feel makes my brain feel empty. Like, it makes me feel like I just decluttered my brain. It makes it feel free, makes it feel calm. Because I know, like, especially if you have children, I'm sure, I don't have children, but I'm sure, like, if you just have a bunch of stuff in your house that you are not using and it's just kind of laying there in a pile, or this drawer is all filled up, or this closet's all filled up, and you haven't looked at it or used it, I can't imagine how, you know, it's so much, causes so much anxiety of like, I have all this stuff, I don't know where to put it, and then you get new stuff and you have nowhere to put the new stuff, and then whenever you're cleaning, you have many more items to clean up or to clean or to wipe down. So definitely start small. This is what I started doing. I probably started like my cleaning journey, my decluttering journey probably last year, actually, because it does take a little bit of time. I mean, it is a routine, it is a habit that you really do need to be consistent with, that you need to build up to really make sure like you don't get burnt out. Instead of trying to deep clean your whole house every single weekend, really just start small. You know, start with a drawer, start with a closet, start with your closet. That really helped me. I went through all of my clothes. I said, if I haven't worn this in the last 12 months, it's going to the Goodwill. Helped declutter my closet tremendously. I had so many hangers available. Like, my clothes were no longer sitting like on top of my dog's crate. It was very, very helpful. I felt so good. And then just kind of making sure like you are trying to come up with like a daily cleaning routine, I feel, as well. Like, I started very, very small. I started just making sure like my kitchen was cleaned before I went to bed, or that my room was picked up whenever I went to bed. I felt so nice just having nothing on my floor in my room, getting ready, snuggling into my bed, and just feeling relaxed because my environment has nothing in it. Or doing the dishes before you go to bed. That way they're done in the morning, and then you can put them away maybe in the morning, or whenever you get home from work and you don't have to wait for them to get done. Just things like that. Just really start small. I really think it can help tremendously with mental health, which is just as important as physical health. We all know that. So I definitely think it helps calm people's anxieties. It makes you feel like you can do more throughout your day because your brain's just not full of, I have to go home and clean my entire house. My house is always freaking messy. The fifth and final free tip to glow up is to spend less time on social media. Of course, I feel like everyone hears that nowadays, but it really does help your mental health whenever you do not indulge in all day scrolling. I've definitely had bad habits of this, where my screen time would be 8+ hours a day because I was like so addicted to TikTok, and it's just not healthy for you in any way. Coming home from work and just sitting on your couch or laying in your bed scrolling for 5 hours, you're not cleaning, like we just talked about, you're not working out, all you're doing is just sitting there. Like, I don't think it's very good for your posture. There's no way that like laying down on your neck or sitting down on the couch scrolling on your phone like this is good for your posture or like your joints and stuff. Just seeing all different kinds of people living all different kinds of lives, and you really start to compare your life to their life and think like, oh, they have it better than me, and why do they have this, and I wish I had this, and oh my gosh, they're so rich, when in reality they're like $100,000 in credit card debt, but you have no idea what they're going through. So you really start to compare your life to theirs, especially people that you know in real life. There's a lot of comparison, stuff like that, I know, like on Facebook and just all that types of stuff. Like, it is so bad for your mental health. I know there's so many studies on it, but it is so true. Like, I just remember I was like so addicted to TikTok. It was so bad. I actually had to delete it from my phone, which I highly recommend doing. That way you just don't even think about it. Get one of those apps that like locks you out if you need to. That way you literally cannot open it. Get a drawer. Like, if you live with a roommate or you live with your boyfriend or girlfriend or something, give them your phone. If you are truly addicted to social media or your phone, give them your phone when you get home from work and find something else to do. Like, it stunts so much creativity. If I was constantly scrolling on TikTok or YouTube or anything, I would not be sitting here making this video, because once I finally got off of that, my creative juices started flowing, and I was like, oh, you know what, I would actually like to start making videos instead of just sitting here watching videos. So definitely, I think when you get off of social media and you take a step back into the real life, you can really figure out like what's important to you. What are your real goals in life? What can you do to make that happen? What do you want? Not what everyone else is doing, but what do you want? Or what do you like? What are your hobbies that you like? What's your fashion that you like? And not what's trendy. Like, I really think you learn so much about yourself when you get off of social media, and it's free. And I'm not saying like, oh, you have to be off of it forever. Just don't be on it for 8 hours a day, or only give it to, like, allow yourself to watch it when you're walking, whenever you're going to get your 10,000 steps. Say, this is my social media time. Let's have it stack here. It makes it enjoyable. But whenever I get home, I'm going to put my phone away and I'm going to focus on doing something else. So that's just my thoughts. Okay, those are my 5 free glow up tips that you can start implementing in 2026. If you start doing any of these, definitely comment down below and let me know in like 30 days, if you start doing these, how much better it's helped you, or what your favorite thing is that you've been trying out. And if you have any questions, definitely leave those comments as well. I'm happy to answer those. But other than that, that is it, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.